And now at 4, ice on the increase this evening. Which areas will get the most? And an update with live Doppler 13 radar.
I'm Karen Campbell in Boone County, and yes, winter weather is on the way. I'll tell you how to have a safe commute home.
And it's freezing out, but the cost of living is heating up. Getting hot, hot, hot. The rising inflation prices for not just eggs, but energy, vehicles, and a whole lot more. Live from Indy, you're watching 13 News. Let's start at 4 o'clock with a live look at Doppler 13. The different colors tell the weather story today, depending on where you are. We've got rain, we've got snow, we've got some ice. We're tracking it all on this Weather Impact Alert Day. Now let's take a live look downtown Indy. You can see it's foggy and how would you describe that? Misty?
Little misty.
Little misty out
sure.
there. We're also checking the road temperatures because that's going to play a key role. Thanks for joining us here at 4 o'clock. I'm Dustin Grove.
And I'm Felicia Lawrence, and we're here in the Weather Center with meteorologist Sean Ash. This is 13 News at 4.
And we've got team coverage of today's wintry weather. We're going to have an update also on a multi-million-dollar improvement project impacting Indianapolis. Talking about safety and cleanliness downtown. Reporter Lauren Kostick's going to dig into the latest on the Economic Enhancement District coming up in just a minute.
But first with Sean, of course, we are tracking the system that's moving in, and it's going to be an interesting mix. Anytime we see all those colors,
Correct.
if the radar looks like a rainbow,
Yeah.
you need Sean.
Yeah, and again, half of our area, it's a cold rain, no problems.
Okay.
But that zone between Indy and Lafayette and toward Muncie is going to get very interesting, I think, as we go into the evening here. Let's run it down for you. Now, I've got a camera. This is a live one up in Tipton, where the road, you see everything's moving pretty well. A lot of the surface, a lot of the road temperatures are well above freezing. Air temperatures, however, north of I-70 are near and below, and several degrees below. So Fowler, Monticello, that area that we said would be predominantly snow, that's playing out right now. But I'm showing you this area because this is going to be where we're going to probably have the greatest concentration of ice over the next several hours. Indy is at 33. It's 36 in Shelbyville. It's 34 in Martinsville. This is going to be all cold rain here once you get south of I-70. This will be the mixing bowl right in here. And the farther north you go here this evening, the greater chance you have of getting some ice accumulating on power lines and trees here. Now, we'll be watching these numbers very closely. Road temperatures, for the most part, are either near or a couple of degrees above freezing. Bridges and overpasses will be the most impacted. But as we go through time here, we're going to be watching this zone I've got circled. It includes Muncie, Hamilton, Boone counties, near Kokomo, Crawfordsville. That's where the icing could be much more problematic per se compared to, say, Indianapolis or over toward Greencastle and back out toward Terre Haute where it's 35. We're going to run down the ice and snow zones, get you ready for that commute tomorrow morning coming up here in just a few minutes.
All right, we'll come back to you just in a couple of minutes there, Sean. Thanks. Let's head outside now. Our team coverage continues with Karen Campbell.
Yes, she is out live in Boone County with a look at conditions. What are you seeing right now, Karen?
Well, hey there, Felicia and Dustin. Yes, we are in Lebanon, actually about 1 mile south of the Lebanon exit. We're here on 65. This is traffic heading 65 north. You heard Sean mention that in parts of Boone County, ice could become problematic later on tonight. We are hoping that many drivers may have gotten the message a little earlier, decided to leave work early today to kind of beat this winter weather, this ice that we are all preparing for. I also spoke with NDOT earlier this afternoon, and they talked about how their crews are getting prepared and have been getting prepared. I want you to listen to a little bit of what Natalie Garrett had to say when it comes to treating things like ice as opposed to snow.
We also face difficulty of elevated surfaces freezing first. So bridges, overpasses, ramps, the challenge there is that cold air surrounds the structure from the top and the bottom. That can cause icy conditions on those structures first.
And that is one reason, you know, they say if drivers see the big trucks out treating the roadways, it's important that you keep your distance. It's also important that drivers be patient, drive slow, because we all want everyone to get to their destination safely. I'll send it back into you, Felicia Destin.
Yeah, you said it. Hopefully this can hold off and everybody can get home from work and school and everything before things get bad. Karen, we'll check back in. Thank you.
Yes, yes. If you're, you have to tell your boss, show them this.
Yes, exactly.
If you need special permission. All right, make sure you have the live Doppler 13 weather app on your phone. That's something you can show your boss. There's a winter storm system on the way. It is a free download in your phone's app store. And when you have this allows you to check the weather blog, and you can sign up for notifications for alerts wherever you are. Let your loved ones know what things are going on and what the roads are looking like too.
It is a huge help.
Yes. All right. Now to the latest on a big trial that we've been following all week long. The jury deliberated for a little over an hour this morning before finding Orlando Mitchell guilty of the murder of his ex-girlfriend, Crystal Walton. Now,
cameras were not allowed in the courtroom at this trial. This is video of Mitchell from a previous hearing. Back on September 16th, 2022, according to court documents, investigators say Mitchell shot and killed Walton, the mother of his then one-year-old son, outside the daycare where she had just dropped off her children.
We've been waiting a long time for this, so I'm going to call this Justice for Crystal Phase 1. We're very, very pleased with the outcome. Happy to be here. Had a huge support from a lot of friends and family, as you can see. It just goes to show the legacy and the power of community.
Again, that verdict, guilty. Mitchell will be sentenced April 1st. He's also facing another murder charge in a death penalty case for the strangulation death of Deputy John Durham at the jail back in July of 2023.
And today we have learned that a 26-year-old man has been charged in connection to a deadly crash Sunday morning. Gareth Henderson is facing multiple charges, including 2 counts of causing death, operating a motor vehicle while intoxicated. Simone Pryor, a passenger in Henderson's car, was killed in the crash. It happened early February 9th on East 10th Street near North Post Road. Henderson has an initial hearing tomorrow.
Downtown leaders are asking the council to approve a more than $4 million budget for the so-called Miles Square to improve safety, cleanliness, and also do some homeless outreach.
And then all of this is a part of the Economic Enhancement District, which got the green light from the State House last year. So tonight, our Marion County reporter Lauren Kostick explains how the new dollars could be divvied up.
Downtown Indy Inc. is one step closer to a long-term solution as federal dollars dry up. For years, those dollars helped fund a pilot program to keep downtown safe and clean. Now it's being replaced with an economic enhancement district.
The Economic Enhancement District really creates a sustainable funding mechanism for day-to-day downtown operations.
And here's how it works. Downtown properties are required to pay a fee of 0.17% of their assessed value. However, residential properties are no longer included in this equation.
I think what we'll see here initially is a budget that is right around $4.5 million.
That total now needs to be approved by the council, with the committee voting in favor on Monday.
The motion carries.
And here's how it breaks down. Nearly $2 million will go toward cleaning initiatives. That includes beautification projects, power washing, and graffiti removal. About $450,000 will help with public safety. That includes downtown safety ambassadors and off-duty bike patrols. And $436,000 will be for homeless outreach in partnership with Horizon House. The rest will support operations for the first half of next year, along with fees and expenses.
And all of those areas are equally important, and that's really why this strategy of 7-day-a-week consistent operations is so critical.
In the future, the district will also help fund operations for the city's low-barrier shelter once it comes online in late 2026.
And the council is scheduled to vote on this budget during their next meeting in March. If approved, the funds would be available as early as June, right when those federal funds are set to run out. In Indianapolis, Lauren Kostick, 13 News.
Thank you, Lauren. And then new numbers are out today from the Consumer Price Index, and those numbers are coming in hot.
The annual inflation rate hit 3% for the 12 months ending in January. That's a 6-month high for the inflation gauge. So basically the cost of living just went up again. Egg prices shot up 15.2% from December to January, but it's not just eggs. So did prices for food in general, plus energy, shelter, used cars, and motor vehicle insurance.
It felt like that. It felt like things were getting higher. All right, well, Fed Chair Jerome Powell testified today about it before Congress and says that officials are not in a hurry to reduce interest rates further. So this is not what investors and potential home buyers were hoping to hear.
Once we lower rates and kind of rates return to a lower level, mortgage rates will come down. I don't know when that'll happen.
Although the Fed doesn't directly control mortgage rates, it does influence them.
The 30-year fixed rate mortgage now averages 6.89%, according to Freddie Mac. And then for now, bank rates Mark Hamrick suggests Americans focus on saving.
One of the benefits of a high interest rate environment is that one can still command a decent return on savings in a high yield savings account that surpasses the recent rate of inflation.
We're going to have much more on those numbers and the Fed Chair's comments on Capitol Hill today. That's coming up on NBC Nightly News at 6:30. Got to save. Americans, we're not very good at that.
Well, especially not when I'm buying 15% higher eggs.
You got
What
that right.
is there to save? You know?
Much more to come. We'll be right back.